I'm fucking exhausted, but I did it.
Getting closer and closer every day.
Insanely better.
Anticipation is rising. Excitement is rising. Food is decreasing.
Now, obviously, I'm not a Jocko Willink's insane.
But we're powering through. Because man, am I excited for what is to come.
In this specific field of lifting, I find that
I'm very passionate about this, if you guys haven't been able to tell. And this is only making me want it more and more. The closer I get, you know, seeing what I see in the mirror just makes me want it even more. Makes me enjoy it even more. Today we got legs. Gonna go in, smash my legs. You know, keeping it simple is effective. It's the intensity. It's the purpose behind every single rep of every single set. That is what matters. Because we're working towards a goal here. And that being said, it's time to get to work. Got the warm up in. Pretty much just like monkey squats and then opening up my hips. And now we're 2 plates on. Already warmed up with the plate. Getting after
Nothing in my life has ever come easy. Nothing. Everything I ever gotten, and I haven't had to work for it. I've had to bust my ass for it, fight, claw, and scratch my way to get it. You know, I learned as a young boy, life ain't easy, man. Life ain't fair. And like I say, ain't nobody owes you a damn thing. And I found out that the hard way. But if you work hard, you can have anything you want. What appealed to me about bodybuilding, I love being on a team. You know, if you had one guy that wasn't giving 100% or wasn't paying attention, you lost the game. And in bodybuilding, it's on you. That like really appealed to me because I saw very few people that wanted to win as bad as I did. Plus, I think a lot of it's because they didn't come from my background. You know, to me, failure wasn't an option. I had to succeed in life because I didn't have no safety net. I didn't have nobody to help me out. I had to succeed, and I wasn't going to fail. Failure was not an option. What I was really good at was when I walked through that gym door, I could flip a switch. Because when I went to the gym, I had a mission. By the time I was 18 years old. And so when I went into this other gym, I flipped that switch, and it was a war. That's how I approach it, you know. It's me versus the weights. 100 pounds is always 100 pounds. No matter what kind of day you're having, 100 pounds is always going to shoot you straight. It's always the same. No matter where in the world you're at, it's still 100 pounds. I put myself in that mental state where no one's going to beat me. Says maybe you, you're in the gym, prove it. You look at all the top grade bodybuilders, they all train with high intensity, they train heavy. I mean, Jay trained heavy, he trained intense, Ronnie did it, Dorian did it, Lehaney did it, and it burns harder than me. The more it burns, the madder I would get, and I'll just keep going. To me, it was like a war against the weights. You know, is this weight gonna beat me? Am I gonna beat the weights?
But then you look at somebody like Branch Warren, who's just fucking hard work, man. The guy's in there and he trains like he just wants to murder it. He's a savage. He doesn't hold back, and the guy is just a beast. And that's what he makes up for that. Like, oh, I don't have a small waist, and I don't just get shredded by playing PlayStation, you know, like some of these other guys do. And that's the thing. And there's Branch.
16-year-old kid, Branch had calves that would be the envy of any pro bodybuilder.
You're dead tired, you're sore, you don't want to go to the gym, but you want to win, right? So if you don't go, somebody else is going to go. You give 100%. It's just self-discipline. You make yourself do it.
He's a savage.
I started thinking back, man, I had a dream when I was a little boy. I'm like, I'm this close to freaking making it happen. And I'm like, I'm not done. And finally, I had enough. I want to prove to myself I could do it. So I went to work, and I went through hell, brother, for going through something like that and overcoming it. I feel my best condition ever, and I surpassed that through this competition. The most bitter, sweet moment ever was at 09 Olympia. You know, the Jay. I came in at my all-time best, and Jay came back his all-time best. Having a goal that you think about every single day of your life. It doesn't matter if you're in the gym, it doesn't matter if you're home, it doesn't matter if you're on vacation. I think about it every day of my life since I was 18. And you think about something every day of your life, then you finally get to the point where you're like, I can win this thing. And a gym, hard work is what everybody did, and I just tried to take it to the next level. And so I learned early on, if you give 100% and don't let nobody outwork you, eventually you'll win.
If you have a dream, if you have a goal in life that you want to accomplish, I can tell you, hard work, dedication, determination. But always have that dream. Continue to have that vision. Because when you continue to propel forward, you will see accomplishments. Take small steps, and sooner or later, they will continue to grow and grow and grow into bigger accomplishments.
The truth is, I should have won the Miss Olympia 4 years ago. You want the truth? That's the truth.
I left the sport because I was just tired of trying, tired of getting second place. I got second at the Olympia 4 times, runner-up, 2 Mr. Olympia, and just being that close, you're kind of like, man, how many times, this is going to keep happening before you really say, you know what, they're just not going to give it to me. something. You got to be a little mental, I think, to do what I did. I don't want to like sound crazy, but you have to be a little fucked up. The fucking mindset of like getting up every day and pushing yourself, and you're eating 12 to 16 ounces of meat and 100 to 150 grams of carbs every meal, and you're doing that 7 times, and you do it day in, day out. You got to have a very simple mindset. You can't be social. You can't be out doing a lot of other activities. So you put on the blinders and you have tunnel vision on what that ultimate goal is. I was always on track with everything. I mean, everything was structured. I lived in a fucking box in order to be the best, meaning I had no outside. People would call me with their problems, I'd hang up on. Like, the phones were off. Don't bother me with negative shit. And I just went at it. Like, that's all I cared about. That was what my life was like. It was like go full fucking throttle every day. That discipline was there. I always tell everyone it wasn't about the body, it was about the mind at first. But I trained my ass off.
Fiance got together with I didn't never told anybody this before either, but she got together with my training partner. And I came home from the 80 Olympia and they're together. I'm like, oh my God. I was so hurt and so baffled that this girl could do this to me. I decided to take all that energy, put it into the gym. I just opened the door to the Gold's Gym that day, that year, and boom, everything would work. It was a magical year. Any exercise I did was mind-blowing.
Old, my father died from cancer. And my father died in 30 days. He died. He was just gone like that. 10 years after that, my mother died. Cancer. I just started doing a lot of research on health, how to eat. Because nobody in my family ate right. They would always just eat anything. And then that led me into the gym. And in the gym, I found peace because it was almost like a therapy for myself. I found something that nobody could take away from me. I just took all the passion out into eating, sleeping, and training. I didn't want to go to school.
This is your doing. You said you'd rather feel pain yourself than inflict it on others. You choose to be neutral. But you know what happens when you play both sides? In the end, everybody loses.
showed up, got the work in, and that's what matters.
Motivation may imply a lot of things to a lot of people. To me, motivation is hating to leave the gym. I mean, I hate to leave the gym and know inside me that I could have gave a little more. I hate to know that I gave up. I hate it so bad I'll never do it. I don't care if I'm sick and throwing up in the gym. I'll keep going so I can leave the gym and go. I did it.
There's no secret. Secret lies within you. So I can tell people how I train, I can tell them what I eat and all these things. That's the boring part, you know? Anybody can train and eat, but what's driving you to do what you do in life? This is the most important thing. What drives you? Because what drives you will be an influence to someone else.
You'll never know how good you might have become unless you try. In order to train as hard as possible, you must retain a clear image of your purpose.
What's your purpose?
You know, whatever it takes. I don't know, I'm not conscious about it. I'm pushing myself to the limit. And if you're doing that, you're probably going to make some noise. You brutalize yourself for a very short period of time, and then you let your body recover and overcompensate and grow, and that's the process.
You don't enter this gym unless you're here to train.
You got to be a little mental, I think, to do what I do. I don't want to like sound crazy, but you have to be a little fucked up. The fucking mindset of like getting up every day and pushing yourself.
So I would do things to distinguish myself from the pack. I wouldn't be in the gym training when everybody else was there. As a matter of fact, I would disappear the last month. Nobody knew where I was. I would never show up in a public place. And I was always under wraps.
Do you know your purpose? You're created to do. Do you know what that is? A lot of people live their entire lives not knowing. Entire lifetime.
That was a pretty solid lift. Yeah, I wasn't moving weight I necessarily wanted to. You know, I wanted to go a little heavier on squats, but body was not feeling that. So, you know, pushed what I could and then made up for it on all the accessories, I feel like. So that's what matters. You know, putting in the effort. And you know, even though if I'm not feeling the greatest, I gotta push myself, hold myself to a certain standard. And it's pretty late here. I just checked my watch. I've been here for over 3 hours. But I still gotta do cardio. So with that said, I'm gonna go do my cardio. Yay. Looking back on that posing, just for reference, that was pretty diabolical. So, yeah, peace.